Hello and welcome to another episode of Under the Radar. We are your hosts, Casey and Aiden, as always. And this video might be looking a little different to you guys. You're like, where's the movie? Where's the movie we're watching? Well, today we are actually going to be doing a movie review of the Minecraft movie.
A Minecraft movie.
Just a Minecraft movie. I don't know. Is it? I
It's
think
a
this might be the definitive Minecraft
no, it's
movie,
just a Minecraft movie.
though. And yeah, we're gonna go into our thoughts about the movie, do a little non-spoiler review, and then get into spoilers for you. But we, I think, are both super excited to go ahead and start talking about the movie. We have not talked about it at all since we got out of the theater. So, um, Spartans, Aiden, I will let you go ahead and begin. Should we do scores at the same time? How should we do this?
Sure. Yeah. You
Yeah,
wanna?
scores at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can count us down. All right. This is gonna be our Minecraft score out of 10. All right, ready? Three, two, one.
Four
Four
out of
out of
10.
10. Yeah, yeah.
Thank God.
Per usual, we're on the same
Oh,
page.
thank God. I thought you were gonna. I was so worried when I got out of this. I was like, bro. I was like, fuck. Casey might actually like this movie. I was like, if Casey likes this movie, it's good. This video's good.
No. Here's the thing. I was starting at a 6 when I walked out of the theater, but it kind of slowly went down as I thought about it more. And I don't think this is like a horrible movie or
No.
anything. And it's fun. Don't get me wrong. Like I don't know about you, but I was laughing during the whole movie. I laughed a
Not the
lot.
whole time. The moments that I laughed at, I laughed out loud. But like
Yeah.
the moments that I didn't laugh, there was not a grin on my face. There's not. That's kind of where
I
I
don't know.
was at.
I was smiling the whole movie. I thought it was pretty fun, but it's not a good movie.
No, no. Okay. Yeah, I don't
Um,
know. I just it was. I don't know. Okay, so I want to make a disclaimer. I've never been into Minecraft. I've never really played the game. I think I've played it once or twice in my whole entire life. Never really got into it. So I didn't even know there's really fucking lore in Minecraft, apparently. And the
yeah.
only way I knew there was lore is because every time something happened, people in my audience were clapping. Like at No Way Home's level clapping when shit would happen. And I was like, oh, I guess this is important. But to me, it just felt stupid.
Yeah.
The
Um, yeah, I guess to give my Minecraft background, I played the game quite a bit. I used to play it on 360 back in the day, and then played it on PC.
uh-huh.
And me and my buddies played Bed Wars and stuff like that. So I guess I'm a little more in tune with the Minecraft community. But um, I don't know. I think there'll be a lot of stuff for everybody to enjoy.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I guess. So for our non-spoiler review, we're gonna do our best not to give anything away about the movie. So if you haven't seen it, feel free to keep watching. Um, this movie's kind of a mess.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest here. Uh this might be like my first hot take on the channel, and I don't even think you really know this. I think Jack Black is overrated as fuck. Don't get me wrong. I
I hate
like
you.
no, listen, don't get me wrong. I love Jack Black. I love his work in almost everything that he's in. I love Kung Fu Panda. I love Jumanji, the Jumanji movies. I love his character. I love Jack Black. But he only plays Jack Black. And this movie
Yeah,
is no exception to that. Now, I don't know
yeah,
who Steve is. I don't know. So obviously, I don't even think Steve really has like a character like that you can character assassinate in order or
yeah,
whatever. But I'm just watching this, and it's just Jack Black saying his name is Steve.
yeah. No, this movie I don't think works if you don't have Jack Black. To be honest, like
To be
just
honest, I think the funniest person in this whole cast was Jason Momoa. He
oh,
was
he was so
he was
good.
easily the
He was
funniest
so
one for me.
good.
Anytime Jack Black was on screen, unless he was on screen with Jason Momoa, it was shit, in my opinion. That the first 10
Yeah.
minutes of that movie were dog shit, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I hated that first 10 minutes.
I don't know. I think there's a certain charm to Jack Black and just how like goofy he's willing to
Sure,
go and
obviously, but like it's just there's like action scenes in this movie, and it's just like how Jack Black does like when he's on the red carpet and does action for like Kung Fu Panda. When he's like, "Look at
yeah.
me, I'm a karate master," and he starts doing, it was literally that, but just in a movie. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
but Jason
No,
Momoa,
definitely.
I know Jason Momoa can act like in different roles because he's done different roles. And to be
Mm,
honest, the first movie where he like really surprised me was Fast X,
yeah.
where he was
When
actually
he
like
played
a
the
very
Joker.
funny, yeah, character. And then in this, it was
Yeah.
sort of like that character, but like like 10 times more funny.
Yeah. Um yeah, no, this movie has a very simple premise. It is not very difficult to follow.
Yeah.
As you know, I'm not expecting like Oppenheimer
No,
levels of mind
obviously.
blowing from a Minecraft movie, you know. So, um, that was completely fine, and the story was serviceable for what they wanted to do, but it was just kind of
Yeah.
like hey,
Hey, we're
Minecraft, the whole
time to
movie.
mine some craft. Minecraft. Like
Yeah,
that's literally like a
we're
line
gonna.
in the movie.
I think that is all. Yeah.
Literally a line in the movie.
Yeah.
It's not bad, and I will say again, when the movie is funny, like there's certain moments that were pretty funny, and when they're funny, they are like get laughs. But then there's other times that it's just like even the audience who's filled with like Minecraft like fans are not,
Energy.
yeah, are not laughing.
Yeah.
So you can tell like there's just some actual bad jokes in this movie.
Yeah.
Um, I will say I don't think anyone did bad in the cast, like of our main people.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. No one really like. It's funny because obviously there's no way of making them when they build in Minecraft look natural. So it's just so funny them seeing them do and then yeah, he goes and
I know
punches
they're
a
just running
tree.
around just
He goes and
just
punches a tree, breaks it, grabs a thing, and it's just going ding, ding, ding. So like
Yeah,
it's
I mean there aren't really any like big I guess there are like character arcs, but like I don't know, it's very surface level.
yeah,
Everybody except pretty much Jason Momoa, that main kid, and Steve. Even Steve doesn't really have like, I guess he has an arc, but I don't
not
know. Like
even.
the sister and the real estate agent, like they're just kind of
Steve's kind of the
there in the
same
movie.
through and through. I'd
Yeah,
say the character that has the biggest character development is Jason Momoa's character.
yeah,
I don't like who would you classify as the main character of this movie? Because it tries to make it seem like it's Steve in the trailers and in the beginning. Then it tries to make it seem like it's a kid from the trailers. But then like Jason
uh-huh.
Momoa's got pretty like important shit going on.
Yeah, he's probably is the biggest protagonist of this movie and kind of
Mm-hmm.
learns the most out of everybody. Um, but I don't know. I'd say those kind of three make up the main characters of this movie.
Yeah. Um,
Um,
I will
I
say,
found
go ahead.
I just wanted to get your opinion on something real quick. What was it? What did you think of Jennifer Coolidge in
I
this
hated
movie?
every scene that she was in. I
Dude, it
hated
was so good. It
every
was so
scene.
good.
Every time we flash back to her, I rolled my eyes. I could not.
Dude, she's
I
hilarious.
can't.
It was so
I
good.
can't.
Did you stay for the post-credit scene?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't. So I'm not gonna say what it is. I'll say it when we get into the spoiler talk. But for the post credit scene, when the thing that happened, I had to text my buddy who knows Minecraft lore, and I'd be like, "What's the meaning behind this?" And he,
What does this mean?
yes, and he had to go, and he had to, and he started laughing. He's like, and he had to tell me the whole lore, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, because
Yeah.
there's like moments that like
Um
people were clapping, and I'm like,
yeah, no. And some of the like lore behind it
mm-hmm.
and stuff that they do is just complete bullshit for the
Yeah,
movie. Like a lot of that is there's some Minecraft stuff
mm-hmm.
obviously. Um but there's nothing really like like I don't know, there's a lot of this movie that they just kind of make shit up.
Okay, so I want to say
And we
this
can get into more,
as
but
nicely as possible. People that went were Minecraft incels, but I say this as a Marvel incel that it must be the most painful thing have to listen to like me and my friends have a conversation after a Marvel movie because the movie's over and we're all waiting for the post credit scene. There's like a row of people in front of me that like it's they all came together and they start talking about like this character wasn't done right, this whatever, oh, why'd they show this if it wasn't gonna be a plot point or whatever, and I go, holy fuck, is that what we sound like whenever we talk about a Marvel movie? I was like, holy
like fucking nerds.
I was like, I can't believe what I'm listening to right now.
maybe Aiden had the biggest character development of the movie. He learned a little bit about himself.
Oh my god. But yeah, like I don't know. It's just the movie. It's gonna be like the what's a good movie that's a good example of a movie that like will probably do bad in the not box office, but like Rotten Tomatoes, but people will adore. Like it's gonna be like
Venom.
No, but yeah, but only like a few people. Like I'm talking about like a kids. Like this will be like the movie that like kids in 10 years will be like was the greatest movie ever, but then when you go and check every
it's like Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Yeah, Shark Boy, Lava Girl, like Space Jam, that like everyone's like says how much they love the movie, but if you go and check like reviews as like a 13 on Rotten Tomatoes or shit.
It's one of those movies that like you watch as a kid, like you were saying, and you're like, wow, that was amazing, and then you watch it in like 10-15 years and you're like, that was kind of dog shit.
Yeah, but it's like
I can't
because of
believe I
nostalgia, you're like, oh, I still love it.
Yeah. I will say though, with this movie, it did look pretty good.
That's what I was gonna say earlier. I will say that there was not a scene that looked bad. You can obviously tell when there's like a scene of them running, and you can tell they're like running stationary in front of a green screen.
Yeah.
But like, for the most part, for a movie that takes place 95% in a make believe world, looks pretty fucking
looks good.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed. Like, the movie is supposed to kind of look a little campy. I mean, that's been in the trailers and everything. Yeah. But the way they kind of like blend into the world and the way they're able to kind of interact with it, like there was never a moment that like took me out of it, really. Like even when they're like sitting there punching a tree, right? They'll sit there, punch a tree, and the block will drop, and they'll pick up the block, and it's like even that whole motion feels like super fluid.
Yeah.
Like there's really no gaps.
Yeah.
Which I was pretty impressed by.
I also like the music that they played. I don't know. This movie.
The music at the end was fucking dog shit.
Yeah, the music at the end was terrible. But like,
what was
there's
like
one of the fight scenes, and like, one of the fight scenes, the music that they were playing was pretty good. It felt very like, the movie Pixels with Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
It felt like a song that be played then. The thing is, I don't know when this movie takes place, because it feels like Jack Black Steve was like in Minecraft for a while, but like I don't know. It seemed
he had to be. Yeah, he had to be in there for like a good minute, right?
I don't know, because it just kind of I don't, unless I missed it when the credits were rolling and they said like 10 years later or something. I don't think there was any time gap, because we see the wolf like whatever.
Well, no, there was a decent amount of time, because he built his whole world. Like he had like but
I don't. Yeah,
established things.
Yeah, and then just like I don't know, man. I can't like just Jack Black. He's just there.
Jack Black.
He's just Jack Black. Like you could have told me that he was just playing Jack Black, and I'd believe
you. Yeah. All in all, though, fun movie.
It was, and I can
kids
see
are gonna love this movie.
Kids will love this, and if you're a big time Minecraft fan, I can see you loving it. Like if you really know your Minecraft stuff.
There are a few like I appreciated too that there weren't only like Minecraft game references, but they did have some community references too, which was pretty cool. I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
you caught all of them,
I
but
was told by uh uh Bruins one of them.
yeah. Um but yeah, so there's some
Yeah,
cool references and
I liked, which I think is cool because again, I don't know any of the references, but like I could tell when the people started talking in front of me that it's like, oh, that's something that it's like
yeah.
not something important to the plot of the movie, but it's just like an Easter egg. So
Yeah.
that was cool. But yeah, I mean, all in all, I don't really get the movie, but if someone does,
It's fine.
good, good for them.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Should we go ahead and get into spoilers?
Yes, please.
All right. So this is just a warning to everybody watching. If you have not watched the movie yet, we are going to be talking about spoilers. Honestly, we're probably saving you a lot of time. So we're going to go ahead and go through the movie, give you guys our thoughts kind of beat by beat and yeah, so I guess getting right into it. Spoilers in 3, 2, 1. The beginning of this movie, should we just go in order? I think that's probably the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Um
So it starts off with Jack Black as a kid monologue. Well,
mhm.
first he's
Yearning for the
narrating,
mines.
yearning for the mines, and there's some weird prospector dude that's like not allowing him into the mines for some reason. And then
Dude, I thought the joke where he fucking jukes him out was so
spin
good.
move, and then he just
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Then
but yeah, so Prospector.
yeah, and then what is it? Then we see Jack Black gets older and he's working in like an office, and he goes, "I fucking hate my life."
He was a doorknob salesman.
And he's like in the office playing with his lunch, and he makes the mine, and he's like, "I gotta go back. I yearn for the mines." So he goes, and then he jukes out the prospector miner guy or whatever the fuck. And he just starts mining in there. It's just a random thing that they.
Yeah, he
He
just starts digging.
wants to mine. It's not like he's. It's just he's had an affiliation for mining his whole life, I guess.
Yeah.
So he goes and mines, and he
Yeah.
finds. I'm gonna be honest with you, the whole movie I was calling it the Tesseract,
It's just the Tesseract.
the
Yeah.
glowing blue cube,
And the Tesseract and like the Earth crystal.
yeah, whatever the fuck, its case.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so he's digging around the mines and he finds what's basically the Tesseract and a case for the Tesseract and puts them together and a portal opens up and he goes through the portal and he is in Minecraft world.
Or overworld.
And overworld, yes, as it's called here. And so he starts just getting down with Minecraft.
He just starts building immediately.
Yeah, he shows us his first house, which is like a dirt house and then a stone house and then he had a wool house. That I will say that scene of him like cowering in the corner
I was just
when the
about to
mob
say that
showed
he's
up
like
was pretty good.
he's like in the corner when the zombies are there.
Yeah. And then gets himself a dog named Dennis. Dennis the dog. So yeah, he just expands his world pretty much. This all happens, by the way, keep in mind, in like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
with him just talking over it. Like this is just like how we're telling you is probably word for word what they're saying in the fucking movie. He's like, then I got a dog, and then I named him Dennis.
And he finds, I don't even know what he finds to open up the portal to the Nether.
It's a ruin is what it's called.
Okay.
So if you played Minecraft, it's like the half-built Nether portals that you can just kind of.
So yeah, so he finished building it, and then it opened up the portal to the Nether, where we saw all the pig
Flint
people.
and steel.
Apparently, that's a big line or something because people in the row in front of me. That's a moment where they all started going.
Dude,
like,
yeah, we were going crazy.
Flint and steel. It's like I'm experiencing what it must be like when like a non-Marvel fan goes to watch a Marvel movie or something. It's like Flint and Steel, and everyone's going
geeking.
Like,
me sitting there freaking out, seeing Channing Tatum as Gambit. My girlfriend's like, "What the fuck do you care about this?"
Exactly. So yeah, they go into the Nether, and immediately they're captured by the pig people.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then they escape because she wants the cube or whatever, right? I don't remember the bad guy's name. Um,
It starts with like an M. It's
yeah, whatever. The evil pig
fucking beats
queen.
me.
Yeah, she's like a witch or
Which
something.
also doesn't exist in the game. That's just for the movie. Like
uh,
that's not a thing.
they steal it, and then instead of running through the portal with Dennis, he tells Dennis to
He
just go.
he wouldn't have made it. He wouldn't have made it. Yeah, he
Well,
tells
he seemed
Dennis
to
to
have been a
leave.
master of kung fu later on in the movie. So I don't know.
He was only the master of sneak attacks,
Yeah.
okay?
And then he tells Dennis to go hide the cube underneath his water bed, which Dennis doesn't. And then as soon as Dennis leaves, he goes, "Wait, that's a terrible idea."
Well, yeah, so Jack Black is captured, and so Dennis runs back into our world, Earth, or whatever. And then yeah, hides it in like Steve's real life home.
Mhm.
And yeah, like you said, it's just sitting under his
Well,
water
yeah, and
bed.
it comes apart, so the portal closes.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's where we get introduced to our, in my opinion, main character, Jason Momoa, Garrett,
Mm-hmm.
the garbage man,
Like
Gun.
Gunter,
Yeah,
something
I
like
don't
that.
know. I don't remember his last name, but I remember.
Garrett Gunther.
Yeah, but he's sort of he's basically Adam Sandler's character in Pixel, where he was a video game champion as a kid. He was able to play a 2-player game by himself,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, he kind of peaked after that.
Yeah,
he kind of
pretty
peaked at
much.
that point. So
He just kind of, I don't know what the fuck he does, to be honest. He
yeah,
owns like a
owns
video store
a
or
video game
something.
store, but it doesn't seem like he
Yeah.
sells shit in there.
Yeah, everything's like 50% off. Yeah, so we get like a little look into him, and then he goes to a auction
A
for
storage
like a
wars,
storage
basically.
auction. Yeah, pretty much. And he's talking to the dude, and the dude's like, "Yo, there's a like 1978 Cosmos in there."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Holy shit, that's worth like 100 grand. Like, let me get at it." And he's like such an asshole too at this point. He's like, "I'll hang out with you, my biggest fan." And he ends up going to the bidding war, which I don't know if you realized during the bidding war, the guy in the white was Dan TDM, famous Minecraft YouTuber.
Really? I was not paying
Yeah,
attention at anyone there except Jason
yeah,
Momoa.
yeah. So
That's
that was
cool.
Dan TDM. And Jason Momoa gets the storage unit,
There was a funny scene
and
when he rips open the check and he's like, "Don't cash this for 8 months."
yeah, yeah, they'll cash this for a few weeks.
Then he goes and then he
uh,
opens the Cosmos game and it's empty.
mm-hmm.
And the guy just didn't check. And then he starts thrashing around. And the guy's like, "Hey, respect the container."
Yeah, in the Tesseract falls out of the container.
Mm-hmm.
And there was some funny line the storage dude said too. He was just like, "Let's get out of here," or
He
something.
doesn't
He's like,
respect
Go,
it.
yeah, he doesn't respect the art or some
Yeah.
shit.
Um,
Um,
and
yeah,
then we see him driving down, and then his car starts backfiring. So then he just starts yelling, and it's so funny
yeah,
watching
just freaking
Jason
the fuck
Momoa,
out.
who's like one of the manliest mans in screaming in a high pitched voice.
In an all pink
Yes,
outfit
so-
and retro
Yes,
shades.
he's just screaming. He's literally doing that. Yeah, like- and then we get introduced to our next characters, Henry and Nat. I think is her name, Natalie.
Yeah. Let's yeah. But yeah, we get introduced to the siblings who their mom just died. And yeah, Henry and Natalie.
Mm-hmm.
And their mom just died, and so Natalie, who looks 16 years old,
Yeah, I was
has
so
now
confused
taken
with
the
her.
mantle.
Yeah, I was like, she's working in like a potato chip factory, and I'm like, how old is she? Like,
Yeah,
and
she
he's in
looks
high school
young.
apparently.
Yeah. Um, they're now moving to this small town where yeah, she works at the potato chip factory, and it was their mom's dying wish. She literally goes like, "It was mom's dying wish," or how I interpreted it, or
That I take
something like
care of
that.
you. that we
Yeah,
move here.
yeah.
And she's like, it's dirt
And
cheap.
yeah, yeah. So they move there. Um, and then we're introduced to Don, who is the realtor slash petting zoo connoisseur.
Yeah.
And kind of introduces them to the house, and they just move into a random house.
Yeah, at first I thought it was gonna be like something, but it was just kind of a random house.
Yeah,
Like,
it was just a
and
house,
then we see she makes him breakfast, some tater tot pizza breakfast thing.
which looked like so fucking. I don't know why they called it pizza, bro. It was just a stack of tater tots with
Yeah,
like
that
some
I was
bacon bits
it was
on
just
it.
like tater tots. It was just I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
it was just a plate of tater
Yeah, she's
tots.
like, take this to school so you can make friends. I was like, nobody's gonna want that shit. But okay.
It looks fucking gross.
And so Henry stops at the video game store because he wants to check it out,
Hmm.
where he meets Garrett. And their interaction's funny. He's like, "Oh, you here to buy something?" He's like, "Oh no, just checking it out." He's like, "Loser mentality."
Oh
Okay.
yeah, it's uncertainty, loser mentality.
He's like, "I can change that," and they end up flying.
Yeah, he gives him a flyer for. He'll be his mentor for $50 an hour.
He's like, "How do you win at life?" And he's like, "That's that's the kind of answers I get paid for."
And yeah, so he yeah, talks to Henry for a little bit, and they have just a small little interaction. Um and then he goes to school, where he's made fun of for in his art class
It's
for putting a jetpack on a
I want to
banana.
say that art class, everyone's just a master artist. Everyone
I wouldn't
did.
say those looked
Did you
like fucking shit. Some of them were
first
good,
a couple of them
but
are good. There's like two or three that was probably bad out of like the six that they showed us. Like there's
yeah,
like when I saw
yeah.
the first kid drawing it, I was like, oh, okay, that must be Henry. And then it showed like a different kid drawing, and I was like, same level. And then like everyone's sort of went like down. Who the
Yeah.
fuck is drawing this?
Yeah.
And then it goes to Henry, and
Yeah.
he's drawing like a rocket strap or jetpack strapped to a banana, and then he's getting shit because it's like that's not real, and somehow this arts class has everything in it to make
Dude,
a jetpack.
that was so fucking stupid, bro. This kid just like makes a little doodle, and they're like,
That's not real.
that's not fucking real. Huh? You can't put a jetpack on a banana. No shit, you fucking moron.
So he's like, and then Henry's just like, simple science, actually. So he does it, and I like how these kids are trying to fuck with him by like cutting it, but it
It-
still worked. Like,
Yeah,
sure, it went a little off the rails, I guess, but like, I thought it just wasn't gonna
what
take
did he
off.
strap it to again?
Skeleton.
Yeah, the class skeleton,
Yeah,
that's right.
like I thought when they cut it, I thought it wasn't gonna take off or it's gonna explode or something like that. But like it went
Yeah.
up. I go, okay, well,
Yeah,
he
and then
did
it
it.
just flew away. I was
Yeah.
like,
I was like, I
still
don't.
fucking work.
Yeah, it still worked. I would have been bragging about. I've been like, you guys see that shit? Fuck y'all.
Yeah. Um,
And
and his yeah.
yeah, his sister's trying to, cause she's like the PR for
Mhm.
the potato chip. She's trying to get him past 75 followers. Uh, I guess because it's a small town, so you know whatever. We have to
Yeah.
make that a joke, I guess. But then his rocket jetpack thing crashes into and kills the big giant potato on their ceiling. I don't even know.
Like on the roof of the factory or something.
Yeah. And then he's having a meeting with his teacher was funny. He's like, "Don't tell anyone else here," and he just runs off.
Yeah, I know. I like how he just let him like make it.
Also, okay, and then the next scene we meet Jennifer Coolidge's character, the vice principal. Why is she the vice principal? What did that like? What does that add to the plot? Like, we didn't even know who the principal is.
She found love, man.
We don't know who the principal is. She's just
Fuck the principal.
the vice principal for some reason, and and then she's like telling him like, I could expel you, but we haven't had like a new student in like 5 months.
Yeah.
So I need you to call your guardian. And he calls Garrett, and he's like, I'll pay you $24 if you pretend to be my uncle. And then Garrett just shows up, and Jennifer Coolidge is just so disgusting. I can't. She's like, hey,
Yeah, she like hits on him.
she's like, hey, trash bag. He's like, I'm garbage man. She's like, you could take me out and put me in a bag on the side of the curb.
Yeah, you can take me to the curb.
It's like I
And
got
then,
raccoons in me.
yeah, and then he just like flips his shades down and he goes, "Whoever divorced you is an idiot," and then drives away. And then they go back to the video game store where the um Tesseract is just sitting on the shelf. And so they're like, "Fuck it. Let's see what this thing does."
Mhm. I want to
And
say before that real quick. So this whole
mhm,
movie, I don't know what Dennis's job's supposed to be. If he's supposed to be guarding it or what, because we'll see him like sniffing around for it as if he lost it, which makes sense because it got moved to a storage container.
mhm.
And then like the scene before we see Henry put the Tesseract inside its case, he's like Dennis is outside the video game store, and then he's
Yeah.
just gone.
I don't know. He's just like fucking walking around pretty
Yeah,
much.
I don't know. Yeah, it felt
I
like
don't think he's really guarding it.
I thought that's what he was doing because he's like looked like he was sniffing around for it because he looks at the door like he's like, oh, I found it,
Yeah.
and then it's just gone. So
Mhm.
yeah, they find a note that says, "Don't put the cube in the case." Obviously, they put the cube in the case, and then the back of the note says, "Don't go through the portal unless you want to have riches because it's not worth it." Obviously, Jason
Yeah.
Momoa is poor, so he wants riches.
Yeah. And so they kind of just there's nothing for them to really follow. They just walk to the fucking
It's
mines.
pulling him, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess he's just going in whatever direction, and in whatever way it pulls him, he starts going. I guess. And
Yeah.
then we see the sister meet up with call the realtor because that's the only person she knows in town, and
Mhm.
she just didn't try find my iPhone. I guess on her brother. And he's like, she's like, oh, don't worry, he's just playing in an old abandoned mine shaft.
And then they get there and the portal's open now. Um so it sucks them through.
Mhm.
I did like that little scene where like Jason Momoa kept they like go flying through the portal and then Jason Momoa like stands up and then the next person comes
It's
flying out
Natalie and
and that person just stops
bounce off him,
and Jason Momoa goes
and
flying.
then the next person is Dawn, and she just
Yeah, fucking
that's
wrecks him.
yeah.
Um yeah, and then they're just kind of
They're in
in
the
the
other world
world.
or overworld, whatever. Um,
Mhm.
and then we see them talk to. Well, we see a sheep, and Jason Momoa is like, "I played enough video games to know how this works."
Yeah.
And he's like, he's trying to go
So
talk
he
to the sheep.
yeah, get a quest from him
Yeah,
and the sheep is just kind of sitting there with like a stupid face,
yeah,
like throws up a little bit.
and then it becomes nighttime. So then that's when all the creepers and everything come
All the
out. So
mobs.
and Jason Momoa's like, fear. He's like, no reason to be afraid. Fear is a weakness, whatever, saying all this macho stuff, and then they start shooting flaming arrows, and he starts running.
Yeah, and then he while they're running, he just eats
He
shit
just
in
falls
that
down a hole.
tunnel.
He just falls.
Yeah.
It was kind
And
of. It's just funny
yeah, go
hearing
ahead.
him scream.
Dude, the way he fell to was like he'd fall on a block,
Walk,
fold
roll.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um yeah, and so he's just kind of getting chased by mobs and everybody's getting chased by mobs. They have spider jockeys, I'm pretty sure they're called, with
Yeah.
the skeleton riding the spider. And they end up kind of just taking themselves out. Like the one shoots an arrow, starts a fire
Yeah.
pit,
And
and then
then
all of them just fall in.
Henry just runs right into a tree, and then the
Yeah,
tree breaks off. So then he gets the idea to keep. Again, the scene of him breaking the trees, just
it's so goofy. He's literally just goes like this. He punches like two logs, and then all of a sudden he has a million fucking logs to build a giant tower. I was like,
I
what the
just
fuck is this?
it was just funny. It's so funny watching them build because they're literally just going.
Yeah.
He's just running around in a
Uh,
circle going.
it's a ding, ding, ding. He builds a little base, and then Jason Momoa is running around a little bit. He ends up dropping the Tesseract outside his base.
Oh, yeah, Jason
Um,
Momoa grabs it and it gets hit with an arrow. Oh, actually, we're kind of
yeah.
skipping some stuff because before this, before it becomes nighttime, we go back to Steve in the Nether Realm.
Oh, I forgot this happened. Yep,
Yes,
you're right.
because they get news that the cube is
The,
back in
mhm.
Overworld. So she wants to send, I don't know why she's trusting him. Or no, cuz yeah, cuz they
This
thought he had
shit did not
pennies.
matter at all.
Yeah, I don't know. They like let him go because she's like, "Oh, we have your dog. So you have to go get us the crystal if you want the dog." Cuz
Yeah,
Dennis's collar fell off when he was running. Um so they
yeah.
had his
So they
collar,
just have
yeah.
that.
So then they just let Jack Black go.
Hmm.
So then now we're back to they're trying to
All
get,
the fighting and
yeah, so they're trying to get Garrett back into their
the
base,
base.
which they do, but then their base is overrun by creepers.
Hmm.
Uh was it, oh yeah, when he first slapped, what was it, Steve? When he first slapped a creeper and it blew up. No, it was Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa slaps
Oh yeah,
one
he like slaps one,
and then he
and he's
just
like, "I'm so sorry," and then it blows up.
so he's just like trying not to slap him or whatever, and they're just
Yeah.
grabbing him. And then they get saved by Steve, who again, it's just
Hmm.
Jack Black doing his fighting.
Except that scene was kind of fucking pretty sick,
It
to
was
be
cool.
honest.
It's just
He was like throwing him around and stabbing him and fucking.
yeah, it's just
That
funny
was
though
cool.
because it's just like when he kicks someone, it's literally just when he does like his like goofy comedy
Like
kick
red
one. Yeah,
carpet's like,
red carpet. Oh
oh
yes.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
I will say it's cool watching him like build like a little ramp so then he could jump and like do some sort of move or something.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
when he's able to time, because he's been there for so long, he can time it when he knows the sun's gonna come up. So you like
yeah.
see,
He's like,
so it's like, oh, oh, and they all blow
and they
up.
all like start burning. Yeah.
And
Um.
the thing, and then this is where we get to the scene from the trailer, the famous scene of "I am Steve."
Hmm.
He he says it exactly like he says it in the trailer.
Hmm.
Every scene that's in the trailer, and this isn't necessarily a bad thing, but just nothing is changed from the trailer.
Well, I will say though, the one thing about the trailers was since the scenes were a lot shorter, every line hit a little harder. You know, when he was saying
Mm-hmm.
Flint and Steel, Chicken Jockey, I am
Yeah.
Steve. In the movie, it's like a part of a sentence. So like you would think it's like almost like a Marvel corny moment where he's
Yeah.
like, I am Steve, but he's like, I am Steve, and I am here, and like
Yeah.
keeps talking, so it doesn't hit kind of as hard as it did in the trailers.
Yeah. And
Um,
automatically, Jason Momoa is like already trying to be like the alpha. So he's already having
yeah,
like, he's like, we didn't need your help.
yeah, yeah. Um, and yeah, so they
You know what I thought was going to
all go
happen?
to.
I thought
Hmm.
Jason Momoa was going to say who he was. I thought he was going to be like, I'm Garrett, the garbage man, whatever. And I thought the only person in the whole world who would remember him would be Steve.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Like if he
I was
goes,
hoping that
like, oh, I'm
I
the
was hoping
garbage
Jason
man, or
Momoa's name
whatever.
was Brian. Okay, Hero Brian.
He's like,
I
I'm
was waiting for
Garrett, the
it.
garbage man, and whatever, and this and that. And then Jack Black's like, you're Garrett? Like,
Yeah,
oh,
holy
yeah,
shit.
exactly. Like, if he's like, I'm with a light, like, yeah, if like he started acting like if Garrett was the big man.
The shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they kind of had this like macho battle going on throughout the movie, which was
Hmm.
pretty funny. They had some good laughs in there.
Yeah, and he's trying to get the cube from them, but they're like, well, it's broken. And he's Jack Black's like, oh, the only way we could go is if we go to my whatever and build it, but it's a dangerous
No,
journey.
no, they had to go to the Woodland Mansion.
Yeah, but it's like on the way there is like dangerous or perilous or something like that.
Yeah, so they're gonna stop like at his like village
Yeah,
on the way there to prepare for the journey because he has a stash. But they're going to the Woodland Mansion to go get
yeah, and
the
they're
case
and
for
he's
it.
like, it's too dangerous, and you could possibly die. And he goes, and they're like, we could die here, and he goes, that's fair.
Yeah, fair point.
Yeah,
And then they Just go.
They go, and then we go
Um,
back to the queen, the pig queen or whatever,
mm.
where she's now sending her top general.
See, this did not make sense to me. I thought this was fucking stupid because she sends him to go get the crystal, and then less than like an hour after she sends him, she sends more guys to go get him who was getting the crystal. And I was like, I don't know. The whole point of you sending him was that you were able to blackmail him so he would actually do it.
Yeah, it's like you could have just
But you're
sent
just
those.
immediately sending people.
That's what I'm saying. That you could have just sent more people, and then like this
They could
potion.
have just sent people and they would have gotten it immediately because they would have had no idea what the fuck
Yeah,
was
I was
going
also
on.
confused on how it works for the pigs because they can't apparently come into other world or overworld, whatever the fuck, without dying or turning into grass.
Hmm.
But she gave him a potion.
It
Somehow
was like
there
a
was
netherwort thing.
yes, but this potion there was like this much, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more of the potion left. About 50 pigs went. Even the
Yeah,
main
they
guy
all took
said
like
something.
tongue
The
dips.
main guy said something. He goes, "But that's not enough." And she goes, "Make do."
Do you remember what the main guy's name was? This dude's name was Chungus.
Yes,
the,
yes,
the pig lieutenant or whatever his name was Chungus.
yes,
And so you just have these scenes of Jack Black going, "We're running from Chungus."
yes.
But yeah, so
Yeah,
they established that the queen is sending Chungus to go find Jack Black, and then we cut back and they are at the village, um, where we get the iconic line that they love to crush loaf, um, and
means nothing to me.
there was a cool little reference here though. There was like a pig with like a
Yes,
crown
yes,
on.
that's the one that Bruins told me about. That
Yeah,
it's for some streamer that died.
yeah, Technoblade, who was pretty big in the Minecraft
Yeah,
community,
which I
whose
will
his
say,
skin was a pig with a
yeah,
crown.
the line was pretty cool. Where it's like, "Oh, who's that? Is that you? Is it the king?" And he goes, "No, it's a legend."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." I
Mm-hmm.
assumed it was something like it had to be some sort of reference, but I didn't know
Yeah.
what exactly.
Yeah, no, that was a very sweet line.
Yeah,
Um, and then yeah, we're just making our way through the town. He's describing them, and then we go to the lava chicken stand because Jason Momoa needs protein.
yes. um, so that yeah, and then I'm convinced, 100% convinced, every single Jack Black singing scene it's improvised by Jack Black. You cannot
A
tell
thousand
me
percent.
that they wrote down in the script sing the lava chicken song.
Yeah. No,
So
he definitely made that shit up like right on
and
set
like
that day.
the chicken lava one was it got a little like light giggles, but like the other ones in the movie were just terrible.
I like the Dennis one. The Dennis one made me laugh.
The Dennis one got like a smirk out of people, but
Yeah.
the one that was terrible is the
Was
one with him
the
and Jason Momoa in the castle.
Yeah, that one was
That one
trash.
was
Yeah. But yeah, so they have some lava chicken and there's like a funny little interaction where he's like, "Oh, it's too hot to eat," and
Jason
I
Momoa.
will say that that chicken looked good,
Chicken
bro.
looked great. I cannot lie. That Minecraft chicken looked gas.
Yeah. And then or they go and they look at his stash and he has some diamond armor and he has a ton of tools and they're like learning how to craft. And this is where the movie gets a little weird, but like in terms of Minecraft lore, because everything's
Mhm.
like pretty faithful to Minecraft up until this point.
Yeah.
And then at this point, Jason Momoa is like, like Steve makes a sword, and then Jason Momoa again trying to out macho is like, "Let me take care of this,"
Yeah.
and fucking just throws a ton of shit on there and like slaps it, and makes like a double bucket.
Yeah.
Like it's like a bucket with a
Bucket.
chain tied to a bucket.
Yeah.
And then the kid that's like the creative kid, the rocket kid, is like, "Let me try," and he ends up he pulls out like a fucking gum wrapper, an eraser, and like a paper clip and some other
And a
shit.
tater tot.
Yeah, and a tater tot,
And
and
makes a
makes a
tater
tater
tot
tot
gun.
launcher.
Yeah, or something.
Yeah, and Jason Momoa gets mad that he had tater tots this whole
Yeah.
time.
I was like, this. I was like, out of anything you can make, and then he only uses it for one scene. He
Well,
uses it for that village
he
fight scene, and then it gets left behind when they go flying.
yeah, but he uses it at the end too.
Does he? Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, yeah, he does use it at the end, but yeah, then like right around, or then Jason Momoa and Jack Black make a deal where
Oh yeah.
Jason Momoa is like, "Yo, I want some bread. I want to get some money,"
Hmm.
and Jack Black's like, "Yeah, it's a tough mission." Jason Momoa is like, "I got the Tesseract. You don't get this unless I get rich."
Which I don't
And
even like. Did it work? Because they don't like. They just say like at the end of the movie, they're just like him and Steve just made the video game store better, but they didn't say
yeah, I don't
whether
think they really made any money.
like. I was hoping that when he got back to the real world, he'd check his pockets and like the diamonds were gone or something. It's like they're only Minecraft diamonds,
Yeah.
but like just nothing happens. They go to the real world and then just does a time skip.
Yeah. Oh, we are also forgetting to mention before a villager
Oh
walked
my
out of the
god.
portal walked out of the portal back into the normal Earth timeline, and then Jennifer Coolidge hit him with his car with her car
What was it?
and
What's her
was
car?
like,
It was
it was a Jeep Cherokee, like a
Cherokee,
Jeep Grand Cherokee.
and you can
She's
tell
like,
that.
everybody
Yeah,
wants to sue me when I hit him with my Jeep Grand Cherokee.
yeah. I just and then she's like throughout the movie they just keep going on. They're just on a date because this whole movie takes
Yeah,
place over one night or one day.
yeah, yeah.
Um. So yeah. So then they're in the village, and then the pigs come to attack. And I will say, well, before that, the sister and like the realtor are on like a mission to get a map, but obviously they
Mm-hmm.
can't communicate with the people, and
Mm-hmm.
so obviously they get attacked by the pigs, and Jack Black's ready to like fight, but Jason Momoa wants to take the credit, so he takes out his
His
bucket
dual-wielded
nunchucks,
buckets.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he knocks
What did
out
he call him, bro? He called him like,
buck chucks or something like that,
yeah, butt chucks or
yeah,
something.
and
Yeah.
Jack Black's like, "What'd you say?"
Yeah.
He knocks out
Uh,
Jack Black, and he starts getting beaten up by Chungus.
yeah.
Which again, it's just funny,
Um.
like watching Jason Momoa do stuff in this movie.
Yeah.
Um,
And everything is like surprisingly fluid. Like all the fight
yeah,
scenes are like really well done in
yeah,
terms of how they look. Like it doesn't look weird seeing these people fight these like weird creatures. Um and we get to see the kid Henry uses tater tot gun a little bit.
yeah.
Um
Then we see the sister and the realtor because they're like, we have to get to Henry. So then they grab weapons, a shovel and like a pickaxe,
it was
and
it was a hoe,
oh
shovel and a hoe.
yeah, and they just start going. And then I will say the music that started playing in that scene was pretty good. I liked it,
Yeah.
and it was just funny watching them because does everyone just have super strength in Minecraft world? Because like
I guess so. Yeah,
or
they
like
were
because they were just
fucking
launching
tossing
the
them.
pigs around, and yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's funny because they go because like sister's like doing well in combat, and then the realtor asks her, she's like, "How are you so good at fighting?" She goes, "I have no idea." It's like, what do you mean? Like what? And then at the end of the movie, she's teaching self defense classes.
Yeah. What's it called? And then yeah, so Jason Momoa, Steve and Henry uh run away, and they run up this big tower
Yeah,
or something that's like on the edge of a waterfall. And so Steve pulls out his elytras, his wings, and gives one to Henry. Henry jumps, starts
Henry
flying.
got pushed
Henry
because
did get pushed.
yes, because they're like, "Oh, we have to go over there." That's not the way we're supposed to go. And
Yeah.
Henry's like, "What do you mean?" And Jason Momoa goes like, "Good luck," and pushes him.
Yeah. And then uh Jason Momoa jumps off, and then Jack Black's like, "Oh, I just realized I don't have a Elytra for me. I thought I brought
Yeah,
three."
so he
So he
jumps.
just this is probably the craziest part of the movie, to be honest.
Yes.
He jumps on Jason Momoa's back midair and pulling he's like sitting on his butt, pulling his hair back and directing him.
Yes.
And he even has a line, he's like, "Let my hips move, you,"
Yeah.
or
And then
something.
Jason Momoa goes like,
Stop pulling my hair.
Yeah, and it was funny because they're like, okay, we gotta go our separate ways. And for some reason, all the pigs went after Henry. There's like five,
Yeah.
there's like 6 blimps in total. 4 of them went after Henry.
Yeah. Yeah, those blimps are also not a thing. Like those just they have like gassed blimps
Yeah.
carrying the piglets or piglins, and they're like crashing them, and Henry's flying around and doing stuff, and then there's a scene where uh Jason Momoa, Steve has now gotten to the bottom of him. He's holding on to him. And there's a thin hole that they have to get through. And so they go man sandwich
Yeah.
and flip around head to toe 69ing midair. And like Jack Black even has a line where he's like, "You gotta get tighter," or something.
Or no, that's Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa was like, you gotta
Yeah.
get tighter, and Jack Black's like, I'm getting as tight as I can. And then he's like, I'm gonna clench so I can help you. And he just
Yeah,
grabs his leg.
clenches each other and then fly through the hole. So
Yeah.
fucking stupid. And then they
then-
like run into Henry
Yeah,
midair.
and they crash, and they have a cool like scene with the water bucket.
Yeah,
Um,
they like throw the water bucket down and
Yeah.
land in it.
And then there's a funny scene with like the sister that the map salesman's like getting away on a boat, and they're like, hey, we need you, we need to create a boat. So she just starts breaking the floor to get wood, and she goes, boat magic.
Yeah, and just tosses it,
Tosses
and it's
it.
just sitting in the water.
And then the realtor's like, you're bad at this. She goes, I have no idea what's going on.
And then yeah, they leave, and what it is the scene of them walking in the woods right after that? Or no, then it
No.
cuts back to the Nether,
Yeah.
and we see the witch mad at Chungus because he failed.
Yeah.
So they put the brain in the big monster, and there's a giant piglin monster, and
It
he turns
kills
Chungus into a
Chungus.
pork chop.
Yeah. And
Dude,
then
which I forgot to mention though, with Chungus, he had this like flamboyant lisp that
Yes.
was so funny. I want to know who his voice actor was, because that was so funny. He's like, I'm gonna go find Jack Black, or I'm gonna go find Steve. And he would have like this lisp. It was so good.
Yeah, and then
That got a few laughs in my theater.
yeah. So then we find out a little bit about the queen and like why she hates creativity. It's because she used to be creative because she did dance, but then everyone made fun of her. So then she's like banned creativity.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was stupid, but
It was pretty stupid.
I don't know. I was like, I didn't really need a backstory on why the queen was
She was
evil.
on She was on Nether's Got Talent,
Yeah.
doing like a shitty dance.
Yeah. So then it goes back, and then we go to the sister and the realtor, who are just kind of killing creepers or zombies, whatever, with like ease.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because it's like there's just the one that keeps getting back up that they keep just stabbing.
Yeah, it's like a zombie.
Yeah. And then they run into Dennis, who I guess became like feral again. I don't know. He had like red eyes, so then they had to retame him.
Mm-hmm. And then they're like, "Oh, you're Dennis."
Yeah. So then, they're following Dennis, who does know Steve's scent, but it's like, then why didn't Dennis find Steve as soon as he got there? I don't know. Like, it's just
He was on his way. Okay, he just happened to run into them.
they were closer to the portal when Steve saved them the first time.
Yeah.
So then, they go to Steve, Henry, and Garrett go to they're going on their detour to get the diamonds for Garrett. And when they go, what happens? I'm trying to remember. Oh,
There's he gets hit with like a trap. He's like, "Oh, I don't remember my trap." And so they start shooting something at him. I don't even know what they shot. Like it was like cactus or
that's what it looked
I
like.
don't know.
Like it looked like cactus, like piranha things. I don't even know what it was, but like
yeah. And then he bounces on a slime block.
Yeah.
and like hits a wall, and the wall opens up, and it's Steve's diamond stash.
Yeah, and then the giant pig monster shows up. So
Hmm.
they get into the carts and they run away until they're like
Hmm.
in a room filled with creepers that Jack Black's been like
His creeper
raising.
farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then they have Garrett push it.
Until
um,
they hit the redstone
yeah,
little
until they hit
spot
the
to boost
redstone to
again.
boost, and they get out.
I thought that was the end of that
Is
monster, to be honest.
Yeah, because there was like a lot of explosions. Because the whole time creepers were
The whole
exploding.
fucking thing exploded.
Yeah, so I thought
Yeah.
like the monster was done, but
Yeah,
I
like the
guess
bridge exploded and shit, like
yeah. So I guess
that
not.
they
So
got
then
out on.
yeah, so that Henry finds out about why they took this detour, and he's like upset because he doesn't know where his sister is, so she could be hurt or whatever, or waiting for them. So
Yeah, and Garrett's just being an asshole, and
yeah.
he's like, "You're a jackass."
And then that lasts all about like 5 minutes of him being mad at Garrett.
Hmm.
Like I think after the scene right after it, he's no longer mad at him, or they're planning how to enter the mansion
Um.
in order to get the cube. Which I'm confused.
Yeah.
Is that Steve's mansion?
No, that's just like a random mansion
Oh,
that
okay, but he
spawns
just
in
okay,
woodland
but he just kept his stuff
areas.
in there.
Yeah, but it does not work like how it does in the movie. So in
Okay.
the movie, how it works is it's like there's 3 floors,
Mm-hmm.
and each floor has like a different enemy. And then in the third floor, there were Endermen with the Earth crystal, um, and so they come up with an idea to have Henry sneak through a window to the second floor. I don't know why he wanted to build straight to the third floor, but
Mm-hmm.
he had to stop on the second floor and then go up and get the crystal. And so Jack Black and Jason Momoa's bright idea is for them to put on a concert. So then it just cuts and they're wearing like mushroom heads and
Yeah,
playing
I'm
the
playing
saxophone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then they're singing while Henry's running, and then they get captured, and Henry makes it to the room where he has to go through a bunch of chests, and we see him get a
Mm-hmm.
diamond pickaxe. And what Jack Black and Steve mentioned beforehand, before they infiltrate, was that I don't know what's the thing that can teleport called?
The Enderman.
The Enderman. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
There's an Enderman in there, and to not look into it, or it'll show you your greatest fears.
So he
Uh,
immediately fucking looked
yeah,
into it.
and it his greatest fears are just people saying you suck, I guess, and then that's that,
Yeah, it's literally like Jason Momoa with blue eyes being like, "You suck, Henry," and then
and
like
his
it
sister's
cuts
like,
to Steve.
"You're so
You suck.
creative," yeah, and his sister's like, "You're not normal." I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay." Okay, and then it ends. He just falls out of the trance.
And then he just shuts his eyes and starts swinging,
And just starts going
and the thing just
ah.
keeps teleporting right next to him.
Yeah, I was like teleport behind him. Like why are we just it keeps
Yeah.
teleporting ding, and then here.
Yeah.
So then while that's
Um.
happening, Jack Black is tied up while Jason Momoa has to fight. At first, it seems like it's just a chicken, and
Oh my god! I
so
completely forgot about this part of the movie.
before going into this movie, since the trailer, every time I've talked to Casey, the only words he keeps repeating are chicken jockey.
Chicken jockey.
I don't know what a chicken jockey was. I didn't know what a chicken jockey was. So to be honest, when I saw the chicken and lava, I thought that was a chicken jockey. And then he starts singing. He starts singing chicken and lava. So I go, okay, I don't know what the fuck this is. And then as soon as the little baby zombie drops on the chicken, they
Jack Black.
Jack Black goes chicken jockey, and then people in my theater started clapping.
Yes.
I
Yes.
was like, what the fuck am I watching?
Oh man, so good.
So
And then yeah, Jason Momoa just kind of gets his ass beat for a little while.
yeah, and then
Um.
Henry gets the case because they need to get a new one because the last one broke. So Henry gets in
Mhm.
the new one and kills the Enderman and gets a
Mhm.
new Enderman transporting orb or whatever.
The Ender Pearl.
Yeah. Um. and then he starts just breaking through the floor. We see Jason Momoa get like one good hit on the zombie baby thing, and then it pretends to cry, and as soon as he gets close, it starts beating on him again. And then Jack Black, for whatever reason, every time he does a sneak attack, even if it's not a sneak attack, just loves screaming sneak attack.
Dude, he yells sneak attack, hands at his side, fucking just
Dolphin
dives to the
dives.
side. And just headbutts his fucking baby zombie
Yeah,
out of the room.
out of the room, and then I don't know.
Oh yeah, there is a scene. Sorry, real quick. There is a scene earlier in the movie too that does establish what the Ender Pearl is. Like
Oh, yeah,
that
Jason
Steve when
Momoa
they're at the
wastes
village.
the only one that Steve had because he's just like, oh,
Yeah,
it's an orb that wherever you throw it, it teleports you to. And Jason Momoa doesn't believe him, so he's like, oh, okay, whatever, bro, and just tosses it away, and then it teleports him to it.
yeah.
So
But yeah, so they beat the chicken jockey and Henry mines through the floor, and they leave. And as they are crossing the bridge to get away from the mansion, the pigs from earlier have now caught up, and
and the queen,
yeah, and so they kind of yeah, the queen is there herself too. So the whole nether warp potion shit that just didn't fucking matter. Who
yeah.
cares?
Also, the
I
queen's
guess they might have
stick,
drunk it, but
it looked like the Riddler's like staff. It looked like
yeah, I know she just like takes the fucking
yeah,
orb,
takes the orb, and then
and then they jump or like Henry like jumps off the bridge
because they're gonna
onto a
blow
blimp.
it up, and so then
Yeah, they have like suicide piglins.
yeah, so then Garrett throws Henry onto the blimp.
uh,
Steve throws a slime blob thing, and he
yeah,
jumps onto it, and then for some reason Garrett just doesn't.
yeah.
'Cause
Garrett's like, I'll stay back.
he's like, "There's no time." I was like, "What do you mean there's no
Yeah,
time?" Like,
and then he
he's
has no time, but he does have a time to give us a whole monologue about how he's sick of being a douchebag.
yeah, and how
And
he just gets
yeah,
into a oh the you just reminded me of a scene that before they break into this place, they have he's telling Henry why he's such a loser. He's like, oh, I'm such a loser. I know I look cool and I act cool, and then like, but I'm not. I am poor. Uh, I got nothing going on for me
yeah,
in life. Whatever. Having this emotional moment, I guess. And yet Henry
yeah.
still has a whole dream sequence of him saying, "You'll never be as cool as me," when Garrett a minute beforehand said, "I'm not cool." So I don't know how this movie works.
Yeah.
Um, so then
And
Garrett fights like 8 pigs before the
he
bridge
does
finally blows up.
he doesn't even really like fight him. He just kind of like pushes
Kicks
them
them. He
away.
like kicks them, and then like
Yeah.
the bridge blows up.
Dude, I
And
will
so
say there was that funny ass scene where he like talks some shit to Steve at the town and then turns around and kicks the door and like fucking
yeah,
misses.
or no, it's he's talking shit to Natalie because he's like because Natalie was just shit talking Henry basically, not really, but like she's just saying like he's weird and
Mm,
that like the weird kids are the ones that like get picked on, whatever, all this stuff are the ones that don't have a normal life. So Henry obviously is like, well, that's kind of fucked. He gets mad, and then Garrett comes in. He's like, I'll be the sister that Hank has never had, and then goes and tries to kick in a door and fails.
fucking misses. But sorry to get off
No, you're
topic,
good.
but yeah,
So
and
Garrett's
then yeah,
dead.
yeah, Garrett dies and Steve and uh
Henry.
Henry start to kind of crash land in their gassed blimp, and then they wake up in a mushroom house built by Don and Natalie,
Hmm.
and Steve is reunited with Dennis, and they are all kind of all back together in this mushroom house. And then they're
Yeah,
like,
and then
"Where's Garrett?" And they're like, "He died."
we see the um queen. She uses the orb to block out the sun, so all the creepers, zombies, nethers can come into the
Yeah, all the
overworlds.
mobs. Yeah,
Yeah. Um and
and so
yeah,
they're like, "We need to make an army." So they start
crafting.
making an yeah, they start crafting
They literally
and
dropped
so
the line saying we need a mine and we need a
and
craft.
crap.
We need a Minecraft. And people
Yeah.
started clapping in my theater again. Oh.
And yeah, so they take all they start making like an Iron Golem army,
Mm-hmm.
and they give one of the Iron Golems swiftness boots, and he becomes like the fucking LeBron of Iron Golems. He's like all dripped out,
Yeah, for
and
some reason you gave him shoes, and all of a sudden he got like massive drip.
yeah,
Then they start
and
making weapons and stuff. Natalie made a diamond sword. Steve made diamond
mhm,
armor. Um,
mhm.
Henry made another gun.
He had no, he didn't even make another gun. He just used the tater tot launcher from at the
Oh
beginning of the
yeah,
movie. When he found the diamond axe in the Woodland Mansion, I was like,
he just
"Oh,
left
he'll
it.
use that." He just fucking left it there.
Yeah, and then Dawn, because Dawn's like has a petting zoo, so she's good with animals. So she goes and recruits an army of wolves.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, they prepare for their final battle. And there's a funny scene where
Yeah.
it's like the golems won't do anything unless they're provoked, and then one of them shoot a one of the pigs shoot a crossbow by accident, and it just goes
Yeah.
dink, and literally bounce off, and they all look at that one golem, and then they just charge.
Yeah. And then yeah, so they all start fighting, and they're going back and forth, and um what's
We
it
see.
called? Uh Henry uses his gun to shoot the ender pearl
Mm-hmm.
to the top of like this tower, this nether tower that's has the crystal. Um while Steve is fighting the queen, and yeah, they're just kind of going, and then what does the oh, the big pig from earlier has like a
It goes,
gun.
yeah, it has like a blaster, and it goes after Henry and Natalie.
Yeah.
Um, but Steve also tries to fight the queen at this moment.
Yeah.
His diamond
Yeah, so
armor
it's like the swiftness boots golem is like helping for a little
helping.
bit until it's
It's
like thrown away.
yeah, it's like fighting, but it gets knocked away by
Hmm.
the pig monster thing, and this is where we see Henry use his tater tots blast gun or whatever launcher, and he also uses the ender pearl, and he uses it to teleport to the top of the mount
Dude, that scene
tower.
fucking pissed me off, bro. Because
Why?
this dude builds like a slab and then a block and is reaching for this thing. I'm
Yeah.
like, just build up again, bro. I was like, just keep going up.
Yeah, the
Like,
movie
why
is
are
like
you
things
struggling?
shouldn't be out of your reach in this movie.
Yeah, that's like the whole point.
Yeah, so um the
And
monster
then,
pig monster thing shoots and blows Henry up, and he starts falling.
mhm.
And then this where Garrett comes back and saves him
Yeah, it turns out Garrett's alive, and
because he did
he
the water
picks him
bucket
up,
trick.
which didn't make sense to me because it was a bridge over water, so he would have just fallen in the water. I
I don't
don't know
know.
what water bucket trick he did.
I don't
Like
know.
like they did like the drop it right before you hit the ground thing earlier, but again this bridge was over water, so um yeah, he shows up and they start fire bombing with the gas, and the wolves come out,
And
and
the wolves
they're all
attack
fighting.
because we see, and then you get to see the golem with the swiftness boots give like final KO to the big monster.
Oh yeah, he was just fucking
He
comboing
like
that
does like a
guy. It was
Mortal
so
Kombat
cool.
like finisher. He like launches him in the air and then just goes and
Yeah.
and while this is going on, we see Steve fighting the queen. He tries to do another sneak attack sword stab, but fails, lands on his face. She breaks his diamond armor with one
This shit
move.
was so. He doesn't even break it. I think he broke it himself when he fucking tried to sneak attack and face planted on the ground. And
No,
then
I
he's like,
think
"Oh no, my
yeah,
armor!"
yeah, and then they're having like a fight, but because they destroyed the thing, she's like slowly dying.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I can't remember right now. Was the thing shooting the crystal what broke it when he
Uh,
shot Henry off
no, when they bombed the tower, that's what
with
broke
the
it
gas?
because they
Okay.
broke the whole tower.
Yeah. Yeah. They like break the tower so the sky starts
Yeah, so
opening up again.
yeah, so and all the mobs start dying,
Mobs.
and then
Yeah.
the pigs start turning into grass or whatever. And there's
Hmm.
like it's kind of funny, but it kind of also goes on for a little too long with the
The
queen when she's like
Yeah.
dying, and she's like, "Oh, come here, I have final words," and Steve's like, Are you gonna try to like that trick where you take out a knife to try to stab me? She goes, no, of course not. And he comes closer, she does, and he slaps it. And it's like, okay, it's funny. He starts walking away. She's like, oh, please come back. Please, I really have a word.
Like I have something to actually say this
Yeah,
time.
so then Steve comes back. She tries doing it again. He slaps it. And then when he's walking away, she goes, no, please, I don't even have a knife. Where would I even keep that? Like,
Yeah, and then she like pulls it out.
yeah, and then she just
And
dies.
I
But
thought they
then,
were
like,
gonna
her,
name drop the Ender Dragon, bro. I was ready for her to be like, "There is one above me," like or some
well, that's what
shit.
it seems like. She seems like she was like, you'll thank me for this or something. Like, she, like,
Yeah,
was, like, teasing something, but I don't know. And then her two
yeah,
pig assistants don't die,
yeah. They were just
though.
chilling.
They're just chilling. Like, I don't know who follows
Yeah,
this rule or doesn't, but
yeah.
but our
Um,
heroes, whatever, meet up again. So they all start having a group hug, and then we have them in front of the portal
mm,
where they reopen it, and they're telling their goodbyes to Steve because Steve's like, "I'm gonna stay." And the whole movie, well, not even the whole movie, like one scene in the village had Henry talking about whether he's gonna stay or not because he's like, here he gets to be creative and it's not looked weird upon. Even though
mm.
if a kid in my school made a jetpack, even if it didn't work, that kid's automatically the coolest fucking kid in the school.
Yeah, that
Like,
shit would be
I never
sick.
understand these movies. It's not just this movie; it's a bunch of cheesy movies like this where it's like, oh, the weird kid, nobody like, he's a freak, makes some cool thing. It doesn't work
He makes
exactly.
gadgets. What the fuck is
Yeah,
wrong with him?
doesn't work exactly like how he wanted it to. Like, it does like one thing off, like whatever, but still makes cool ass shit. And everyone's like, oh, I don't want to be friends with that kid. Why the fuck not? Why the
Yeah, that
fuck?
dude seems cool as shit.
Yeah, so whatever. Henry decides he's gonna leave. Um,
Garrett leaves,
Garrett's like saying his goodbye, and this is how I
and
know Garrett's more of a
also,
named character because Garrett has a longer goodbye with Steve because he's like, you're my only like adult friend.
yeah,
he like,
it's like
he,
the only dude my age.
yeah, and he's like, we would run the world together, and like have a goodbye.
Yeah, and then Steve also gives Dennis to Don,
Yeah,
and we
uh,
get a song about it.
yeah.
I thought it was so funny that Dennis at
Again,
the
it's
end
just
of
another
each
scene that
bar
went on
was
for
so
too
good.
long.
Yeah,
It's just scenes in this movie could have been better if they just like didn't go on for too long.
yeah,
And then he tells Natalie, I don't even remember what the fuck Natalie said, but she's like, oh, "Are you sure you don't want to come with us? Uh, you can just be creative in the world, in the real world too,
yeah.
I guess." And then he's like, "Nah, I'm good." And then at the last second decides, "You know what? Yeah, I will go with you guys." So then he
Mm-hmm.
leaves. Steve
He
left
leaves
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Steve left
Yeah.
Minecraft. The guy that's supposed to be in Minecraft left Minecraft. The guy whose only purpose is to be there. Fucking left. So, so we get some sort of time skipped where all of a sudden the his video game store is fine, but the store used to be called Game Overworld. Now it's just called the Overworld.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they run it together. Um, Dawn stopped having 15 jobs and being a realtor. Now she just has a petting zoo, which I
With
don't know
her
why she
dog
yeah,
Dennis.
which I don't know why she didn't before, but
Yeah.
she had like 15 alpacas in her car in one scene, but yeah.
Like a bunny strapped to the roof.
Yeah. And then we see Henry fly in on his jetpack, and it's like it made no sense because in that scene, Jack Black's narrating, and he goes, and he's like, oh, and Henry finally got his jetpack working. I was like, it would have worked if those kids weren't like dickheads. Like, it worked perfectly
Yeah.
fine. Like,
Yeah, he already had it
yeah,
working.
he already had it working, and then he lands, and everyone's like shocked. I was like, he did this on his first day of school. Like, why are you guys shocked that
It was
now?
only up from here.
Yeah, like what? So, and then
And then
Natalie,
yeah,
she started a self defense class.
yeah, even though she doesn't know how to fight.
Yeah, even though she doesn't know how to fight.
Um, and Jennifer Coolidge had a great date with the villager, and
The
the
first post
movie
credit
ends with
scene.
like a little. Well, it's like a real quick. The movie just ends with like a little like song from Jack Black and Jason Momoa, and
Mm-hmm.
they're just kind of talking about how good they're doing, and
And they're
then
like
the
everyone's
movie
dancing,
ends.
whatever. And then yeah, we see Jennifer Coolidge in the office, and we find out that her ex-husband is the art PE teacher guy, whatever.
Yeah.
And then apparently because their love is so strong, or I don't even know what it said, or because they're I don't know why, but the thing can now speak English.
Yeah, the villager
The
speaks
villager
perfect
speaks perfect
English,
I don't remember what they
and
said the reason
Jennifer
was.
Coolidge speaks perfect villager,
Yeah.
which dude, the villager the whole time like makes her like noise like you know, whatever. Yeah, she does not fucking make that
She
noise
goes
at all when she's speaking. Yeah, she's like no.
yeah, she's not
It's
making the
like
same sound at
fucking
all.
ridiculous.
Yeah, and I don't know who voice acts him, the villager, but like he sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so then
Yeah, and then if you stick around till the final post-credit scene, you get a scene where Jack Black goes to his house in the real world, and um he's just kind of like, "Hey, it's my chest here." And we see a girl with orange hair and a green shirt, and she's like, "Oh yeah, like come in, you can grab it. You must be the guy who lived here." And then she's like, "I'm Alex, by the way." And then the movie ends.
that's
And
why I had
that
to text my
was
friend. I go because everyone in my theater again went,
yeah.
and I text my friend. I go, "Who the fuck is Alex?"
Yeah, just like Girl Steve,
Yeah,
pretty
that's what he
much
said.
for
He
Minecraft.
he goes, "It's
Yeah.
basically the girl option if you play Minecraft."
Yeah. And that is all of the Minecraft movie.
Yeah.
Um
Again,
like we said, it's fine, you know.
I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not. I know little to nothing about Minecraft, so this movie didn't mean anything to me. It wasn't like a love letter to a Minecraft fan for me. It was literally
Yeah.
just a movie, a stupid movie with no plot, no nothing going on in it. So yeah, I mean, I personally say I hope they never make a sequel to this.
I want there to be one so bad. I am so fucking angry though, but by the end of this movie, like I would have so wished that we didn't see Garrett, and then there's like a post credit scene. He's in hell. He becomes Hero Brian, bro. That would have been peak, bro. Would have been fucking peak, bro. When he said his name was Garrett, I was like, okay, how can we turn this into Hero Brian? I was like, how does he get the Hero Brian? Yeah. All in all, though, it's
I,
just
I
a
thought they were
fine
gonna do
movie.
something of him like having to, because like the beginning of the movie has him like working out his fingers, playing the video game, saying how he's like, oh, I don't have like the the skills anymore
Yeah.
or whatever. I thought we were gonna have like a scene of him like having to do
Needing
something.
to do something.
Yeah. But like no, I don't know. This movie kind of just sets up stuff and kind of does nothing with it. Like I feel the opening 10 minutes could have been better if it was because I thought Jack Black was just gonna already be there. Like I thought he was just gonna have lived in Minecraft world, and we'd see like
Mhm.
the crystal or the tesseract and the case being found by
Him
Henry and
and
the other people.
oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, and then we'd find out through a flashback that oh, this is how I ended up here. But like we'd find out everything for the first time through Henry.
Everything's in chronological order in this movie.
Yeah.
There's no yeah.
There's no flashbacks. There's no nothing. Like we see Jack Black. We don't see how he learns anything. We just see him do it. So it makes when Henry do it less impressive because we just watched Jack Black do it in the first
10
5
times
minutes.
better.
Yeah. Like he made
Yeah.
3 houses in like the span of Henry making like that tower.
Yeah.
So it would have
Um
been cooler if we got to see Henry learn how to do it. He kind of just does it.
yeah, just realizes he can.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like we don't really see anyone make anything specific. Like we see Henry start.
Nobody really builds
No one really.
in this movie, which
Yeah.
is weird.
We see everyone start to build something, and then it's just already built. We didn't even see Jack Black make anything. We didn't see.
Jack everything that is built in this movie is things that Jack Black already built.
Yes.
Um
Except for the
in his
mushroom
time
thing,
there.
but like that was built off screen.
That was built off screen. The most you get is them like placing a block down and interacting with that block, like when Jack Black places the slime block and jumps on it.
Yeah,
But
you see him make like
you
2
see
blocks to jump off of or climb in order to get somewhere
Mhm.
else, but like, you don't actually see
Mhm.
them build like a house. Like it would have been
Yeah,
cool. It's like, oh, we're gonna be here. It's nighttime, or it's about to be nighttime. We're gonna be here for a while.
and
So
they
if
all like
Henry,
team up and build like
yeah,
a
and
crib
build
or
like,
something.
yeah, a house, like how people
Yeah,
do when they play Minecraft. Because I haven't played Minecraft, but I've seen like you and the rest play it, and it's
yeah,
like everyone makes like a room in the house or something. Like it
yeah,
would have been cool if it was like that.
yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know. This movie is not gonna shock you by any means, and it's a very okay movie. Like
Yeah,
it's a Minecraft movie.
it's a Minecraft movie with Jack Black. So
At least you get to see Jack Black and Jason Momoa 69 while flying through the air. That was
yeah,
pretty cool.
again, Jason Momoa is definitely my outstanding actor in this character in this movie.
Hmm.
Like I think he did the best. I think he was the funniest. Like every scene with him was funny. Um,
He was good in this.
yeah.
I
So
don't know. I love it. I'm a big Jack Black guy, so I gotta get
I
into Jack
like
Black, I
Jack
think.
Black, but like just every movie he's the same guy. So I don't know. Like
Yeah, but he's like the Rock of comedy, where he just kind of does the same thing, but at least he's funny, and that I can appreciate.
yeah, but like I see that more about Ryan Reynolds than I would Jack Black.
Nah. Here's the thing though. Like I said at the beginning of this review, I like Jason Momoa is great in this movie. This movie doesn't work without Jack Black
No,
though.
obviously, clearly it doesn't. He's definitely like crucial to this movie. Um, if you don't also just for to get people to see this movie as well, because if you're not going to see this movie because you're
Yeah.
not a Minecraft fan, you'll most likely see it because you're a Jack Black fan.
I mean, yeah, if it was like Steve voiced by Chris Pratt, I would have been like, eh,
Yeah,
but live action Minecraft starring Jack Black,
which
you might have
I'm
me.
starting to
You
get
got me.
like not annoyed, but I'm starting to see a repetitiveness with all these movies like Sonic, Mario, and now Minecraft. That it's like it's always someone coming into our world or us going into their world. Like it's never just like a Minecraft movie, just a movie that takes place. Like it's not like just characters that
Dude,
are
yeah,
in
I
it.
know. The whole beginning of this movie where they are like getting to the Minecraft world, I'm like, just fucking go already. Like I
Yeah,
really do not give a shit.
yeah,
Like,
uh, like the Mario movie, it being another dimension or whatever. I was kind of like, why is it just not like their world? Like, why is it
mhm.
like you can still have the movie be the same premise, like they don't know there's a princess or whatever, but just have them be in the world.
Yeah.
Same thing with this movie. You don't like these characters are fine, but like it could have just been the Minecraft movie with like people that live in this in this world.
Yeah.
That's just I don't
Gotta
know.
find some way to cross it over.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, which I'm just kind of like I don't understand why.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Uh, all in all, Minecraft movie was pretty all right, and you know, I watched it. I was there opening night. Um, yeah. Did you have anything to add on that?
uh, just this was a movie that I watched for sure.
Yep. Yep. Well, Um, if you, I know this is a longer video, but if you do enjoy these type of videos where we really sit down and break down the whole movie and talk about our full thoughts, please let us know. If you'd rather these be two separate videos, also let us know. We still have our Daredevil series going on now, so please make sure to check that out. Check out Invincible if you didn't watch us react to that already. And let us know if you like these type of videos. We plan on doing
Mhm.
something like this for Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, probably Superman. But if there are other movies you guys want us to kind of talk about in depth, let us know because we are always down to talk about movies.
Yep.
So, with that being said, if you made it to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, comment, let us know what you thought about the Minecraft movie, and we will see you guys in the next video.
And
Later.
I am